Ladies and gentlemen, picture this. What if I told you that the biggest barrier between you and your full potential isn't something external, but rather the habits you wrestle with every single day? These silent enemies, procrastination, self-doubt, and comparison gradually chip away at your success, often without you even noticing. But here's the truth, your life doesn't change by accident. It transforms the moment you decide to take control. Today, we're going to uncover 7 destructive habits that may be holding you back, and more importantly, how to break free from them. Because if you can master these daily battles, you'll unlock a life filled with greater success, confidence, and fulfillment. So stay with me, because by the end of this, you won't just feel inspired, you'll be ready to take action. Habits are the invisible forces shaping our lives. They consist of small, repeated actions we perform daily, often without even thinking, and over time, they define the bigger picture of our existence. The challenge: some habits work against us rather than for us. Today, we'll identify 7 destructive habits and explore how to overcome them. Because here's the reality, life doesn't improve by chance, it improves through intentional change. And transforming our habits just might be the key to unlocking our full potential. Let's start with the first challenge: battling procrastination. Procrastination is the silent thief of time. Enemy of progress, procrastination, it's that voice whispering, "I'll do it tomorrow." But tomorrow never truly arrives, there's always another delay. Think of procrastination like a credit card. It feels rewarding in the moment, but the bill inevitably comes due. And the cost: missed opportunities, unfinished projects, and unrealized potential. It creates a gap between who you are and who you could be. So how do we combat it? Understand this: motivation follows action, not the other way around. You don't wait to feel inspired, you take action first, and momentum builds from there. Start small. If you've been avoiding a big task, break it into manageable pieces. Then commit to completing just one part immediately, not later, not tomorrow, but right now. Time will pass regardless. Why not use it productively? Overcoming negative self-talk. Negative self-talk is that inner critic telling you you're not good enough or you can't do it. It's the habit of dwelling on limitations rather than possibilities. Imagine driving through life with the brakes engaged. You might move forward, but never at full speed. Negative self-talk holds you back, limits your potential, and sends you in self-doubt. To counter this, start with awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts. When you catch yourself engaging in self-criticism, pause and challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence supports this thought? How would I respond if a friend said this about themselves? Then replace negativity with affirmations. Instead of saying, "I can't do it," try, "I'm learning how to do it." Instead of "I'm not good enough," say, "I improve every day." Your mind believes what you repeatedly tell it, so feed it constructive messages. Avoiding comparison. In the age of social media, it's easy to compare our behind-the-scenes struggles to someone else's highlight reel. We see their success and wonder, why not me? We observe their achievements and feel like we're falling behind. But comparison is the thief of joy. It robs us of happiness and prevents us from appreciating our own progress. Worse, it makes us forget that everyone's journey is unique. How do we turn these? First, acknowledge that each person's path is different. Your chapter 1 might be someone else's chapter 20, and that's perfectly fine. Focus on your own growth rather than someone else's timeline. Celebrate your own wins, no matter how small. Second, use comparison as motivation rather than discouragement. If someone has achieved what you aspire to, ask, what can I learn from them? How did they get there? Let their success inspire you, not make you doubt yourself. Eliminating excuses. Excuses are the building blocks of failure. They are the justifications we give ourselves for why we can't succeed, change, or improve. But here's the truth: for every excuse, there's a way to overcome it. Breaking free from excuses. Making excuses is like hitting the snooze button on your potential. It may bring temporary relief, but it delays progress and keeps you from achieving your goals. Excuses trap you in a cycle of mediocrity and unfulfilled dreams. So how do we break free from this habit? It starts with accountability. Instead of focusing on why something can't be done, shift your mindset to how it can be achieved. Instead of saying, "I don't have time," ask, "How can I make time?" Instead of "I don't know how," ask, "How can I learn?" Successful people don't rely on excuses, they find solutions. They don't search for ways out, they look for ways forward. And that mindset makes all the difference. So the next time you catch yourself making an excuse, stop and ask yourself, is this excuse more important than my dreams? The myth of multitasking. I know what you're thinking. Isn't multitasking a good thing? Doesn't it make us more productive? Let me tell you, that's a myth. Studies show that multitasking can actually reduce productivity by up to 40%. Why? Because you're not truly doing multiple things at once. You're just rapidly switching between tasks. And every time you switch, there's a cognitive cost. You lose focus, you lose momentum, and you increase the chances of making mistakes. So how do we break this habit? It's simple. Focus on one thing at a time. When you're working, work. When you're resting, rest. When you're with family, be fully present. At first, this might feel uncomfortable. We've become so used to the constant stimulation of multitasking, but if you stick with it, You'll find yourself not only more productive, but also less stressed and more satisfied with your work. Overcoming perfectionism. Now, don't get me wrong, striving for excellence is a great third. But perfectionism, that's a whole different beast. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. It's the voice that whispers, if it's not perfect, it's not worth doing. It keeps you from starting because you're afraid it won't be good enough. It keeps you from finishing because there's always one more thing to improve. It keeps you from sharing your work because you fear criticism. So how do we battle this habit? Embracing progress over perfection. The key to overcoming perfectionism is simple: embrace good enough. Understand that done is better than perfect. Progress matters more than perfection. Celebrate small wins. Each step forward is a victory. See mistakes as learning opportunities. They're not failures, they're feedback. Perfectionism keeps you stuck, but progress moves you forward. Breaking free from comfort seeking. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with feeling comfortable. But if you're always seeking comfort, you're never growing. Why? Because growth happens outside your comfort zone. Comfort seeking keeps you stuck in your current situation. It stops you from taking risks, trying new things, and pushing your limits. It's the habit of choosing what's easy over what's necessary. So how do we break free from this? Embrace discomfort. Make it a habit to do something every day that challenges you, even if it's just a little. Take on new challenges, learn new skills, put yourself in situations where you might fail. Remember, the comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. The magic happens outside your comfort zone. That's where you discover what you're truly capable of. How these habits are connected. These habits don't exist in isolation. They feed off each other, creating a cycle of inaction and unfulfillment. Procrastination leads to negative self-talk. Negative self-talk leads to excuses. Excuses lead to even more procrastination. It's a vicious cycle. But here's the good news: just as negative habits reinforce each other, positive habits do the same. When you start breaking one bad habit, you'll find it easier to break the others. It creates a domino effect of personal growth. How to start this positive cycle awareness? Start paying attention to your thoughts, actions, and habits. Notice when you're falling into these traps, because awareness is the first step to change. Action. Knowledge isn't power, it's potential power. Real power comes from applying what you know. I don't just recognize these habits, actively work to change them. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but changing habits is hard. It takes time. It takes effort. And you're absolutely right. It is hard. It does take time and effort. But let me ask you this: what's the alternative? The pain of regret V's, the pain of discipline, staying stuck in habits that hold you back, is living a life of unfulfilled potential. You see, the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Yes, changing these habits is hard, but it's even harder to look back on your life and wonder, what if you had battled procrastination and actually started that business? What if you had conquered negative self-talk and pursued that dream? What if you had stopped seeking comfort and taken that leap of faith? Remember, we don't get better by chance. We get better by change, and changing these habits could unlock a whole new level of success and fulfillment in your life. Replacing negative habits with positive ones. Let's talk about the power of replacing negative habits with positive ones. It's not enough to simply stop doing something negative. You need to replace it with something positive. The nature of life is a vacuum. If you don't fill that space with something good, something bad will inevitably creep back in. For each of these habits you're battling, think about what positive habit you can replace it with. Instead of procrastination, develop the habit of taking immediate action. Instead of negative self-talk, practice daily affirmations. Instead of comparison, focus on gratitude for what you have. These positive habits won't just counteract the negative ones. They'll begin to build positive momentum in your life. They'll become the foundation for your success. But here's the key: consistency. You can't battle these habits once and expect them to disappear. It's a daily fight. Every day you need to make the conscious decision to battle the negative habits and reinforce the positive ones. Think of it like working out. You can't go to the gym once and expect to be in shape for the rest of your life. You need consistency. The same applies to battling habits. It's a daily workout for your mind and willpower. The impact of your environment now. Let's address something often overlooked when it comes to habits: your environment. Your environment has a huge impact on your habits. If you're constantly surrounded by negative people, it's going to be much harder to battle negative self-talk. If your workspace is cluttered and disorganized, it will be much harder to fight procrastination. So take a look at your environment. Shaping your environment for success. Take a moment to evaluate your environment. Is it supporting your efforts to break free from bad habits, or is it making the battle harder? If it's the latter, what changes can you make? Maybe it's decluttering your workspace to reduce distractions. Maybe it's spending less time with negative influences who drain your energy. Maybe it's creating a morning routine that sets you up for success. Remember, it's much easier to change your environment than to rely on willpower alone. Willpower fades, but an environment that supports your growth makes success inevitable. So create a space that encourages you to battle these habits every day. The power of accountability. It's easy to let ourselves off the hook when we're the only ones who know about our goals. But when we share our intentions with others, when someone checks in on our progress, it becomes much harder to slip back into old habits. Find an accountability partner, someone who will keep you honest. Join a mastermind group, a community of like-minded people striving for growth. Share your goals with friends and family so they can support you. We are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and uplift you. Be around those who are also battling these habits and striving for something better. The role of self-reflection breaking habits isn't just about taking action, it's about understanding your progress. Regularly ask yourself, what's working? What's not? Where have I improved? Where am I still struggling? Make self-reflection a habit. It could be a weekly review or a monthly check-in. Use this time to celebrate your wins no matter how small and adjust your approach when needed. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress. There will be setbacks. Some days you'll slip back into old patterns. And that's okay. What matters is that you keep going. Every time you get back up, you strengthen your ability to succeed. The power of visualization in your mind is an incredibly powerful tool. One of the best ways to use it is through visualization. Each day, take a few moments to see yourself overcoming these habits. See yourself taking immediate action instead of procrastinating. See yourself speaking kindly to yourself instead of engaging in negative self-talk. See yourself making progress, growing, and succeeding. The more vividly you can imagine success, the more naturally your mind will start working toward it. Embracing challenges and visualization instead of seeking comfort, embrace challenges. Vivid visualization primes your brain for success, making it more likely that you will act in alignment with positive behaviors when opportunities arise. Remember, your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what's vividly imagined and what's real. The more you visualize success in battling these habits, the more natural it will become to act on it. The importance of self-compassion. Battling these habits is hard work, and there will be times when you slip up and fall back into old patterns. In those moments, it's easy to be hard on yourself, to engage in negative self-talk and to feel like a failure. But here's the truth, being hard on yourself doesn't help. In fact, it often makes things worse, creating a cycle of negativity that makes it harder to break free from these habits. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend. Remember, you're human. You're not going to be perfect. What matters is that you keep trying, that you learn from your mistakes, and that you get back up every time you fall. Each setback is an opportunity to learn and grow stronger. The role of purpose. When you have a clear sense of purpose, a compelling why behind your desire to change, it becomes much easier to stay motivated and push through today. Take some time to reflect on why you want to battle these habits. What's driving you? What impact will it have on your life? How will it allow you to better serve others? Remember, the strongest motivation comes from a purpose that's bigger than yourself. Celebrating your progress and the desire to battle these habits, it's easy to always focus on what's next, what still needs to be improved. But celebrating your progress is just as important. Celebrate every achievement, no matter how small. Doing so will reinforce positive behavior, boost your motivation, remind you of how far you've come, which is crucial when challenges arise. Remember, personal growth is a journey, not just about reaching a destination. So take time to enjoy the process and celebrate your wins along the way. The power of focus. Strength, not limitation. Instead of saying, I always procrastinate, say, I am becoming more disciplined every day. Instead of, I can't focus, say, I am training my mind to concentrate. The way you speak to yourself matters. Your words shape your mindset, and your mindset shapes your actions. The power of focus in battling these habits in today's world. Countless distractions compete for your attention. If you want to overcome these habits, you must develop focus. Focus means directing your energy toward what truly matters. Focus means saying no to things that don't align with your goals. Focus means being fully present in whatever you're doing, whether working, learning, or even resting. Remember, where focus goes, energy flows. By directing your focus toward battling these habits, you channel your energy into personal growth and accelerate them. The role of patience in breaking bad habits. Battling these habits takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. It requires patience and persistence. You're not just changing a few behaviors, you're rewiring your brain. You're creating new neural pathways and establishing new patterns of thought and behavior. This takes time. But if you persist, if you stay patient and keep putting in the work daily, you will see results. The importance of taking action. The desire to change is a great start, but it's not enough on its own. You must couple your desire with action. All the knowledge in the world, all the good intentions, all the positive thinking, none of it matters unless you take action. Action is what transforms potential into achievement. It's what turns a goal into a reality. So don't just think about battling these habits. Don't just talk about it, take action. Every single day, do something that moves you closer to the person you want to become. Your words shape your world. Your words are not just sounds, they are a reflection of your thoughts, and they have the power to shape your reality. If you want to break free from these habits, start by changing your language. Replace I can't with how can I. Replace "this is too hard" with "I'm getting stronger every day." Your words create your world. So choose them wisely. Use words that empower you, that reinforce your commitment to personal growth. Speak to yourself like someone who is destined to succeed. Strength and motivation, not self-sabotage. Now, let's talk about mindset, a critical factor in this process. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. It shapes your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. And when it comes to battling these habits, having the right mindset is everything. Cultivate a growth mindset. Believe that you can improve, that your abilities are not fixed. With effort and learning, you can overcome these habits. See challenges as opportunities to grow, not as threats to avoid. Remember, your mindset is not set in stone. It's something you can change and improve. By consciously choosing to adopt a growth mindset, you unlock limitless possibilities for growth and improvement. In conclusion, battling these 7 habits: procrastination, negative self-talk, comparison, making excuses, multitasking, perfectionism, and comfort-seeking is not easy. It's a daily battle, but it's one worth fighting. On the other side of these habits lies a life of greater success, fulfillment, and personal growth. You have the power to change. You have the ability to overcome these habits. It won't happen overnight. And it won't always be easy, but with consistency, perseverance, and the right strategies, you can do it. So my challenge to you, start today. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for New Year's, and don't wait for some perfect moment. Start right now. Take one small action today that contributes to battling these habits. Maybe it's tackling that task you've been putting off. Maybe it's replacing a negative thought with a positive one. Maybe it's stepping out of your comfort zone, even just a little. Whatever it is, do it today. And then do it again tomorrow. And the next day. And the next. Build that momentum. Create the habit of daily improvement. Because that's how you change your life. That's how you overcome these habits and unlock your full potential. The battle for your future, these habits: procrastination, self-doubt, comparison, excuses, multitasking, perfectionism, and comfort-seeking, are not just obstacles. They are the barriers that stand between you and the person you're truly capable of becoming. Remember, your life changes when you change. Battling these habits can be the key to unlocking a whole new level of success and fulfillment. The power to change is in your hands. And when you decide to wield it wisely, you'll watch as your life transforms before your very eyes. At the end of the day, your habits define your future. Overcoming procrastination, self-doubt, and all the other obstacles isn't something that happens overnight, but every small victory counts. The power to change is yours. No one else can do it for you. So I challenge you, start it today. Take that first step, no matter how small. Push past resistance. Silence the negativity. Take action. The life you want isn't built on wishes. It's built on discipline, resilience, and daily effort. You are capable of more than you realize. Now go prove it. The time is now.